starting Mark 5, Siman Hey. Good evening, Yanis. We are very happy to see you here. We are reading from Sefer Habahir. Sefer Habahir is the bride book. Bahir. Again, Bahir, bright, starts with bet, with a dot inside, and it's fulfilled with blessing. Yes? Sefer Habahir, bright, starts with bet, as the Torah, saying this is not a coincidence. So this is Mark 5, סימן ה' ישב רבי רחומי ודרש. רבי רחומי sat ודרש from מדרשים, and there's a question in the teaching, מהי דכתיב? What is Yam and is fulfilled with the blessing of being as the sea or as the ocean. ודרום ירשה, and the south has inherited it. This is not geographical source. We shall look into it later. What is the south in relation to what? מבורך הוא, it is being blessed. כי הוא המלא, because this is that which is fulfilled. Bet hu hamale, in what the bet is fulfilled with the dot fulfilled with the infinite as a blessing, because the infinite fulfills everything. Ki hu hamale, because the bet is the fulfilled or the complete. Shene'emar, that it has is, instead of writing the whole tetragrammaton, which is the name, which is being, Havaya. Yes. Good morning, Rodrigo. We are very happy to see you. If you have any questions, type, ask, unmute. Everything is open. Mashke is needed. And from there, Mashke hatzrechim. Yes, Mashke hatzrechim is the drinking or the drinks that everyone needs. Min hamale is open from the complete, from the fulfilled, from the not lacking. Natal eitzat chila, he took advice in the beginning. So, min hamale, from the fulfilled, from the fulfilled or from the complete. Now the question is, lema hadavar dome, to what does this resemble? He gives another parable with a king. Those are the interesting parables. Lema hadavar dome, to what this sentence, verse, idea resemble to? למלך שרצה לבנות פלטרין שלו בסלעים חזקים. למה הדבר דומה? To take the complete. Yes? And what this idea resembled to or parallel to a king who wanted to build a palace or his palace bislaim chazakim from or with very strong rocks. Tzatz tzurim. What is the min hamale? This is not a pasuk. This is a verse or a sentence from Sefer Habahir. Min hamale. Min hamale. He continues the fulfilled of the blessing to Naphtali, and he writes, because in the blessing to Naphtali it says umale birkat Hashem Yah, and it's fulfilled with the blessing of being as the ocean or as the sea. Maleh is filled with blessing of being as the sea. Now, he continues in Mark 5 and says, Min hamaleh, from the fulfilled, from the complete, he took advice. Natal eitza techila, he took advice first. Now, there's a question, what does it mean to take advice or borrow advice from the fulfilled or from the complete? It's not clear. This is a philosophical, would you like to? What kind of an idea is it? So he says, Lema hadavar dome, to what this thing is resembled to. Min hamaleh, from the complete, he took advice at first. Yes, if we want to do something or we have a debate inside daily living, we don't advise from the lacking, yes, or from the discrepancy, or from the minus. Look at life through the empty half glass, or from the dark eye, the left eye. To see truth, you have to see it from the complete, min hamaleh, from what which is not lacking. Yes? Some people in philosophy thinking without borders, that you don't have limitations, when you don't have conditions, because in daily living, all of us living under certain conditions. But if we already reduce the conditions, we can see through the conditions. So he says, he prime all of this and says, Umin hamale, min hamale, from the one which is complete or fulfilled. There is no lacking, there is no condition, there is no obstacles, there is no night or day, there is no condition of temperature or sweat or rain or frost or heat wave, from something which is complete and undetected. He took advice at first. This is what he says. This is a ground sentence. From something, whenever we have daily decisions to make or daily living, we always live in between the lines, in between the conditions. But this is not the lens to see life, because this is the lens of duality. If cold, I'm nervous. If hot, I have a headache and I'm reduced to be, whatever. So he says, Min hamaleh natal eitzat tchila, from the fulfilled with the blessing of being, he took advice at first. From the condition. This is why he starts with the blessing to Naphtali, which is unlimited. Yes? And min, from the complete, natal eitzat tchila, he took advice at first. From the fulfilled, which is unconditional. From the unconditional, fulfilled, complete, he took advice at first. Lema hadavar dome. Now he says it as wisdom, as a banquet of wisdom. Now he will open it as a parable, as a story with a king. Those parables with kings are immense. So let's listen to them. Lema hadavar dome. To what does this resemble to? למלך שרצה לבנות פלטרין שלו בסלעים חזקים. a king wanted his palace with strong rocks, or via with the support of strong rocks. Now I add, because there's a lacking here, what did he do? Because the sentence continues only with the actions. קצץ צורים, he chopped the rocks, וחץ סלעים, and dug into the deep rocks. צורים is a synonym to סלעים. צור is a firestone, yes? So he chopped firestones. It's not good translation to English because it changed the whole parable, but just for the sake of, let's say, bringing a picture. קצץ צורים, he chopped rocks, strong rocks, that start with tzadik, yeah? וחצב סלעים, and dug into the rocks. ויצא לו מעיין מים גדול, and it came to him that a great came. לי אמר המלך, ויש לי מים נובעים, since I have a streaming water, אתא גן, I will plant a garden, ואשתעשע בו, and I shall be amused in the parable. So the question is, can someone, or is someone willing to express the parable in his way, in his words? Is anyone? Good afternoon, Abigail, Sanchan, good morning, good evening, Yanis, good morning, Rodrigo, and Boker Tov, Felipe. The question is, yes, hello, hello. Would you like us to repeat? Did you understand? Did you catch anything? Even few words that were said in Hebrew? If we don't, are you confused? Whatever, just share with us. Shall we repeat the parable? Shall we repeat the verses? We shall be delighted to hear you. Mayim Chaim, yes? Mayim Chaim, living water, you heard. That's great, Yanis. Mayim Chaim. Beautiful. Beautiful. If you have any question, yes, we can read it again and bind. Yes, because this is not yes, if you could repeat, I would be glad because the audio was slided for me. Okay, me too. Let's continue. So, very good, very good. So, maybe you have heard the blessing to Naphtali. In the previous, in Deuteronomy. Do you remember this blessing? Yes, Deuteronomy 33:23. This is hooking verse for Mark 5. Yes? Just the spirit. So Yanis, did you understand the blessing Binyamin? Let's start, not Binyamin again. Naphtali. Did the blessing to Naphtali? Did you hear in Deuteronomy? Shall start of Rabbi Rachumai. So let's start again. Yes. So very good, Yanis, you remember. So we are reading in page 9. This is the Hebrew edition, not for, it was printed lately. Siman 5, Mark Hay. At and taught. Darash is to teach in the past, yes, to speak and to teach from Midrash, yes. By the way that people are speaking, there's a teaching happening, even subconsciously. Time, yes, but the space between, yes, the reading and the text. This is where the story happens. Yes, in case. So this is why the midrashim are very important, because there's a space in them. And within the space, it's like a background, it's like the sky. Yes, it's like a great screen on which everything will appear. This is why the midrashim are so important. So let's return to Rabbi Rachumai. Rabbi Rachumai, yes, the previous speaker was Rabbi Berachia, Barechia, blessing of Yah, but this is a new name, Rabbi Rechumai. Rechumai comes from Rachamim, mercy. So, Yashav Rabbi Rechumai, Rabbi Rechumai was sitting, Vedarash, and taught. How teachings, excellent. Here Felipe found the text. Excellent. Yashav Rabbi Rachumai Vedarash. Rabbi Rachumai was sitting and teaching. So how the teaching starts, not with lecturing down information on someone's head, because it's more like beating him and the teacher, and this is the duality. This is not a debate club. So what does he do? He asks a question. Mai dichtiv, what is it which is written in Deuteronomy 20? And you can open the verse on the application if you wish. Now, you can also quote it. Yes, Deuteronomy 33:23, Umale birkat Hashem yam vedarom yirsha. Now, Rabbi Rachumai, yes, the teacher, mercy, teaches. How does he teach? He asks questions. Yeah, Naphtali. Yes, very well, Yanis. Naphtali? Yes, full of the blessing. Yes, of being. Yes. Thank you so much. So, Yashav Rabbi Rachumai, you can recite it in your dreams. Yashav Rabbi Rachumai. Rabbi Rachumai was sitting. Rabbi Mercy was sitting, Vedarash, and taught. How does he teaches? He asks a question. Mai dichtiv? Ma'u shekatuv, what is it which is written in Deuteronomy 33:23? Umale birkat Hashem, and fulfilled with the blessing of being, not the Lord. Yam vedarom yirasha. Yes, umale birkat Hashem Yam, and fulfilled with the blessing of being as the ocean, as the sea. Yes? as the sea covering all the living forms under the water. This is how the blessing of being filled. Yes? ומלא ברכת השם ים, ודרום ירשה, and the south inherited. First of all, he asks, what does it mean, or what does this verse mean? What is the blessing of the being which is fulfilled as the sea or as the ocean, and the south? Very concise text. So many connecting words in English are not written. אלא בכל, but in every space bet, meaning if every place or space we shall find bet, or bet is mentioned, מבורך הוא. Whenever blessed, כי הוא המלא, because this is the place which is שנאמר ומלא ברכת השם, and fulfilled or filled or complete with the blessing of being. And if we look at the bet, there is everything. Therefore, umale birkat Hashem, in every place that we find bet with a dot inside, yes, it is a blessing, bracha, yes, like Bereshit, because this is how everything starts. Why? Start with Habahir, Bahir, bright, fair, starts with bet, with a dot inside, with a dot of the inside of the belly of the bet. So this is the question of Rabbi Rachumai. What does it mean by hearing Mevorachu? It is being blessed. Ki hu hamale, because this is the fulfilled. It has the infinite inside of the finite. Yes, because that has the dot inside is infinite. Sham, now there is continuity. Umisham mashke hasrichim. From there, from this space place, from there, the drinks or the drinking or the needed the drinking for those who are needed to drink, but not just water, as you might imagine. Needs. Min Hamale now starts a new teaching, because so far Rabbi Chuma says, goes out and says, okay, everything is filling with the blessing of being, but from there everything, all streams, all the needs of the world, mashke hatzrichim, the drinking of the needs. It's not just about drinking, everything is being poured. Yes, to universe. Please pay attention to the bridge. This is Rabbi Chumai, and this is a major question that upon which the book of Habahir is standing. Min hamale natal Yitzhak advised at first. This is a sentence. Yes, it's like the basis for the new house that he's going to build now. From the fulfilled, min hamale. No, from the complete, he took advice tchila at first, and we were staying living. All of us are living under certain conditions, whether the law of the state in this place, and etc., etc., etc. And since we live under conditions, everything is being terms of the conditions, the weather, the work, the traffic jam, God no war, missiles, earthquake. Condition. This is a lens of conditioning. It doesn't matter where, who, to when, and what. Yes. But here, he takes a parameter, a different parameter for a lens from which we can look at life. Min hamale, from the complete. Not from the division of two, not from duality, from the complete. Natal Eitzah Tchila, he took advice at first. This is the ground basis for the next discussion. From we go into life, we don't look through the conditioning because it makes us little afraid to the conditions. We are not of the condition. We tend to think that we are the conditions, but we are not, and this is what he's trying to say. Umin hamale natal eitzat tchila, not from the conditioning, from the being, from the before, from the infinite, which is always complete. So in daily living, whenever there's a condition, it's cold, it's warm, there's an earthquake, there's a squash. We are not of the conditioning. This is why he says, min from the complete, from the unconditional. Yes, he advised at first. Lema hadavar domeh. To what does this thing, this sentence or this idea resemble to? Now he goes for a parable. And those parables about kings are great. למלך שרצה לבנות פלטרין שלו בסלעים חזקים. This idea, to take advice from the unlimited, the infinite, to what does this resemble to? Because this is a sentence in logic, in wisdom. But now he brings a parable. In the parables, there are characters, there are more words, there are more images, so it is easier for us to access. It's like a movie. Let's look into this cartoon. למה הדבר דומה? To what does this do? מן המלא נטל עצה תחילה. From the complete or the unlimited or the unconditional or the infinite, it took advice at first. To what does this resemble to? To a king. למלך שרצה לבנות פלטרין שלו בסלעים חזקים. To a king who wanted to build his palace with strong rocks. He chopped rocks and dig into strong rocks, ויצא לו מעיין מים. So he chopped rocks and dug into greater rocks, and it came out for him a spring of water. מים גדול, a great spring of water. מים חיים, living water. אמר המלך, said the king, and this is a quote, הואיל ויש לי מים נובעים, since springing water, sprouting out, springing up, yes? Eta gan, I will plant a garden, ve'eshta'asha bo, and I will be amused in it or with it. Ani, me, I, v'chol ha'olam, and all the world. So far, so good. Did we understand the parable? Who would like to repeat in his own words about the parable? Who would like the parable or the teachings of Rabbi Rachumai? Why there is a need here to bring parable? It's not enough to say that, like, we are modern people. You just say, don't think in a limited way. Think outside of the box or look into to life outside of the box. It's not enough. Why to bring a parable? What is planted in this parable? Let's continue. Hadahu dichtiv. This is what it is written. Proverbs 8:30. Mishlei chet lamed. Ve'heye etzlo amun. And I shall be at his place amun. Amun, faith, belief. Ve'eheye sha'ashuim, and I shall be amusement. Yom yom משחקת לפניו בכל עת. Day by day plays in front of him anytime. אמרה Torah, said the Torah, or the Torah said, 2000 שנה הייתי בחיקו שעשועים. 2000 years I was in his lap, amused or amusing him. שנאמר, that it has been said, יום יום, day by day. ויומו של הקדוש ברוך הוא, and the day of the holy blessed he, הוא 1000 שנה, is 1000 years. שנאמר, that it has been said, תהילים צדי ד', Psalms 90, verse 4, כי 1000 שנים בעיניך, because 1000 years in your eyes, כיום אתמול, כי יעבור, like the day of yesterday, because it is past. Yes, Rodrigo, we would like to hear you. How is the morning in Porto Alegre? Yes, how do you do? Abigail, Fernando, Felipe, Sunshine, Yanis, just to hear you. Yes, yes. Have you heard the term to think without limitations? Yes, Rodrigo?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning.
Hello, Eti. Good morning. Nice to be here and be with you and our friends, Felipe, Fernando, Abigail, Sunshine, Yanis. Thank you very much to open this space and to listen and to speak about these themes. It's amazing. Thank you very much. And as said the Habahir, we are not our bodies or circumstances. We are much more than than that. So um, it's amazing here this this truth that this truth that we are fulfilled by the infinite, and every circumstance, how can I say, and every characters of our personality, it's not us, it's just borrow for how can I say, for a while. We are
Yes.
much more than this, much more than this.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
very much, Eti.
You're most welcome. Yes, it is true. It's a very beautiful teaching that tells us that we are not of the conditions. Whatever the conditions might be or are, we are not of the conditions. Therefore, umin hamale, from the complete he took advice. Advice in English, Hebrew etza. Etza comes from etz. Without the hay, it's etz, like he's borrowing a tree. Yes, from the tree of borrowed advice. Yes, there's a lot to say, but slowly. Yes, Felipe.
Hi,
Can
hi,
anyone?
Eti.
Yes. Hi. Good
Can you
morning.
hear?
Yes, we
Good
can. We
evening,
are so
Eti.
happy.
Thank you for
Good
the
morning.
words, Eti, the beautiful and deep teachings of the Bahir. And I guess slowly with the parables, we can also access a little bit about these beautiful teachings. I just remembered a quote as Rodrigo was speaking, and I guess it's a beautiful. Wanted to share it with you. I don't know from whom is it, but it is saying that life is more than a succession of years, and we are more than a succession of lives. So I guess it has relation with uh, this unconditional mode of being that we slowly are trying to understand and to participate in a way. Participate, not we are already in it, but be a knowledge, be aware of it. Thank you, Eti. Thank you, friends. Thank you.
Thank, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes. So whatever happens, yes, and he took advice. Advice. In English, we say advice. In Hebrew, etza. Etza, let's type it. Ain Sadi. Ain Sadi Hey, which hold the letters of Etz tree. Etza. Etza. I'm writing it here. Etza comes from Etz. He took advice like he took a tree. Yes, from the unlimited or the infinite. We tend to think that we are limited to the conditions. Space we were born, educations, weather, political events, and it says no. It just no. Umin Hamale, this is the blessing to Naphtali. And do you remember what was the logos? Who gave the name to Naphtali? This is the blessing to Naphtali. Umale birkat Hashem yam. Fulfills with the blessing of being as the ocean, as the sea. Naphtali is the son of Bilhah. She is Rachel's maid. But who gave the name to Naphtali? Do you remember? Who named the name? Naphtali is a name, but he was named after a verb. After a verb. You remember who named him Naphtali? Rachel named him. Rachel. Niftalti עם אחותי. Niftalti, like I was curving with my sister. Why did she named? Why even Bilhah into run? Yes. Because Leah was delivering children and Rachel was lagging behind. Yes, it did not happen. So she took her maid. She saw, she put a, how do you say, like in basketball? Yes, like a 45. She put another player on the map. And Bilhah came pregnant. And when the child was born, she named him Naphtali. Niftalti. Niftalti is comes from two times when we, let's say, maybe you have taken a picture and sometimes you have to drive and climb a mountain with a car. Yes? So whenever there's a high mountain and there's a road, it is impossible to take a straight road up the mountain. Even the, how do you say? Does it go when there's a high mountain? Do you live in a place, have you been traveling in a place when there's a high mountain and you have to rise up with a car to arrive to the mountain? How does the road go? With curves. The road cannot go vertical, yes, from the valley vertical to the top of the mountain. The road curves. In Hebrew, it's patel. It just curves like a snake. Yes? You cannot go vertical into the mountain. It's a suicide. So the road is going in a curved way, like just this and comes to this side and curve again, and just a snake into the mountain. And those curves are called in pitulim, curves. And the verb lehitpatel, to curved. And Rachel named Naphtali, said, Niftalti, had to curve my sister. She put another player, Bilhah, on the road, on the stage, because she did not deliver with her. You know, to come even, but in a very curvy, unstraight way. So she named Naphtali. Yes, and what does it mean when we are curving, like Jacob? Yes, but Moses gives him the blessing. Umale, there are no curves of fights or whatever, of duality, of conditions. Umale birkat Hashem yam. Yes, he is filled with the blessing of being, with the blessing of the infinite. From there, from this blessing to Naphtali, Rabbi Rachumai, yes, Rabbi Rachumai, you can call it Rabbi Mercy or teaching Sage Mercy, yes, he starts this discussion to show lack happens is no being presented. Umin hamale, and from the complete, Natal etzat tchila, he took advice at first. Now the word Natal took, yes, holds in Hebrew those beautiful letters of Nun, and then we have Tet Lamed. Nun, the vessel, and then Tal. Tal is a dew. Yes, and Tal, if we look into Tal, it holds the three letters of the Tetragrammaton, Yehu with the feeling of 39, like Tal, dew waters, dew. So with the vessel of the 50 gates of understanding, the Jubilee, depends of how you look at it, he took from the infinite over the dead. For, yes, this dew has the ability to revive the dead. Have you heard this before? Tal rot. So Natal is not just took the letter Nun, the 50, as a vessel, as a vase, yes, has Natal, the dew that can reverse of Hebrew descendants. Some people are washing their hands before they approach the table, and they wash their hands with the vase of water. The name of this is the vessel, yes, Netala, Netala. Very common among those people who traditionally wash their hands, not from the water. It's interesting because they don't take it from the running water from the tap. First, they feel the vessel, they feel the netala, yes, and from the fulfilled, please pay attention, because otherwise it's running water. It's very interesting, yes. So from the fulfilled, umin hamale natal eitzah, he took advice, but you take from the fulfilled, from the netala, you pour, there's a blessing, and then approaching the table. And please pay attention, it's not just, people say it's like hygienes before we approach the table, like with the corona, to keep your, it's not just for hygienes, yes, but this is the dew, because then it holds the letters tal, dew, that revives the dead. When we approach the table, yes, not like animals, because also animals eat, yes, so there's a stage of preparation before we enter the table, not just hygienes, yes, like whatever we told, but mental preparation. That in a way we are dining or we are eating not from the finite, yes? And every time we're sitting next to the table, it's infinite. It's the world to come. It's the eighth day. So, dear friends, so Sunshine, Yanis, Rodrigo, And Felipe, we're so happy that you're here. We would like to wish you a very beautiful Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, and we can see you here on Saturday at the same time. Meanwhile, if you have questions, you're most welcome to ask. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and see you soon, very soon. תודה ולהתראות.